I first saw this car advertised on the Auto Trader. It had no wheel trims and it was in Manchester. The car was on low mileage and it looked in good condition, so I went up to see it. I said to the man, "How much do you want for it?" He said £800. I said, "Will you take 7?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I'll have it." 3 years later, I'm still getting me £700 worth out of it. 2002 Saxo. The car was from a pretty respectable dealership who got this in as like an old Part X. They were just looking to move it on, and when we were on our way up to Manchester, my dad was joking, saying, "Do you reckon the car will have like a banner on it and be on a big plinth at the front of the dealership with like Car of the Week written on it?" It wasn't. The first thing I did when I passed my test and I got in this car was drive to my then girlfriend's house. I was a bit nervous at first driving on my own, but you soon get used to it, and before you know it, you're block shifting and flashing your lights and tailgating people who are going too slow. It's good fun. There was a woman on the radio the other day who was saying that people who tailgate other drivers are among the worst in society. I'd be inclined to say that it's actually the people that do a steady 65 on the outside lane that are among the worst in society. If you're in your 67 plate Cougar that you've got on a PCP, driving on the outside lane of the motorway at a steady 57 miles an hour, and then you've got some 02 plate Saxo flashing its lights up your arse, you know, it's character building. Matthew drives like a hooligan most of the time, goes too fast, gets too close to the car in front, and generally doesn't make his passengers feel very comfortable. I don't care what my mum and dad think of my driving. At the end of the day, my mum's got more speeding tickets than anyone, and my dad's car is a maroon bike in a high-vis jacket, so...
EE's full fiber is here. New broadband that can handle anything. And whatever you think that means, times it by a zillion and dip it in chocolate. Because this broadband connects 100 devices.
I think people's perception of this car vary, really. I've had sort of mixed reviews. The Saxo is obviously quite a rare car compared to Corsas and Fiestas of the same age, but I think because it wasn't really an iconic car, people don't really go nuts for it with it being rare. Girls are also another big factor, aren't they, when it comes to cars? Obviously some girls are very choosy and very important to them about what the man drives. I don't really go for gold diggers, so my experience with girls in this car hasn't been too bad. I picked up a lovely girl once, and she didn't bat an eyelid when she had to get in and there was no passenger door card because the lock wasn't working. Look at that, 145.9 a litre, and that's in Tesco as well, so I'm not even getting V-power for that. This is Smith Down Road. It used to be a bit of a shithole really, and it is still quite rough around the edges, but you know, I call it New York because it's the street in Liverpool that never sleeps. There's always something going on, always something happening, and you know, nice places to eat and drink. It's got a real good sort of vibe to it, if you're going to use that word for want of a better word. Yeah, it's very, very student friendly, and they're the ones who've sort of made it good. And even on a day like today where it's pissing down, you know, the girls are still out in their mini skirts and that, getting the shopping from the Aldi or the Asda on the left. I sometimes bump into this fella in the Johnny Todd. He knows like all the upcoming dance artists, especially in Liverpool and beyond. Occasionally he gives me the odd CD of what's up and coming. This is apparently by someone called Ewan McPlant or something, and mark my words, this will be on every Liverpool dance floor and beyond, all through 2021 and into 22. I remember arriving back at the test centre and the examiner saying to me, "Mr. Manning, I'm pleased to say you've passed." I was absolutely over the moon. Just remember thinking, go ahead.
Dance.